we have the greatest nuclear force in the world. You don't want to do that. You know, I call it the N-word, okay? I said that to a group of people. They said, the N-word, oh, he said a horrible thing. I said, no, the nuclear word's what I'm talking about. He said, oh, he said a horrible thing, the N-word. And I said, no, the N-word is the nuclear word. And the nuclear word is something that's not supposed to be discussed.
Okay, all right. He also figured out how to praise terrorists that killed a lot of people. Here it is.
People, even in Afghanistan, they talk about the planes going out. How pathetic was that with the people falling? 28 people fell off the sides. How desperate were they? But the people that got on those planes, many of those people were terrorists and bad people. That's why they got on. They were high energy, unlike somebody else we know. But they were high energy. Well, that's why they got on the plane. They pushed the other people that deserved. 3% of the people that got on those planes deserve to come out.
Yeah, that's your former president of the United States saying those things. But you know, Donald Trump has actually utilized racist language in the past. He has said the N-word according to multiple people, including members of his family. Let's put a picture up. This is just a reminder. During an interview with Rachel Maddow, Mary Trump, the niece of President Donald Trump, claimed that her uncle, was clearly racist, was her exact quote. Maddow asking if she had ever heard her uncle, the president, use racist or anti-Semitic slurs. Oh yeah, of course I did, Mary Trump said. And I don't think that should surprise anybody given how variantly racist he is today. Maddow again asked Mary Trump if she specifically heard Mr. Trump use the N-word and anti-Semitic slurs. She said yes. And it was so interesting because I saw this interview and Mary Trump said it as if, is that actually a real question at this point? Of course he did. That was the spirit of her answer. Like, yeah, of course he uses the N-word. Did you have a doubt about that? There's more. Let's put up her picture. All right. Remember her during one of the seasons of The Apprentice, actress and participant. She was told that Trump referred to her as an N-word. Ms. Robinson said, shortly after the finale, rumors started going around that he had tossed out the N-word referring to me. And I was like, huh? And then when the producer told me when it happened during the finale, I remember the moment. I wasn't in earshot, but I could see them deciding between me and Bret Michaels. She continued, there was a moment there, Trump was talking with producers and they're really animated. And that was when I heard that he said they want the N-word to win. And he did not say N-word, and he was not talking about nuclear. In a lesser credible account, but possibly true, Omarosa also said that she heard recordings of Donald Trump using the N-word. All right, Farron, not really surprising here, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think this is all something that everybody's kind of suspected, and it's one of those kind of forgotten, Trump scandals. Just because we get a new one every week, and each one is worse than the last, so we forget about the early days of the administration when this was something that did capture the headlines, and then of course gets buried because so many other things happen. But this racism that we all clearly know is there, that his own family says is there, this became the hallmark and the bedrock of his entire administration, and clearly it still is today. And what he did, by the way, in that, oh no, I say the N-word meaning nuclear, he puts that out there, that becomes a headline. So you look up Trump N-word, what do you get now?
Nuclear.
You're gonna get these things popping up first. I mean, it's a smart tactic, I guess, if you're a jackass, but it's a horrible, horrible thing. And that's part of this man's history that really does need to be brought back to the forefront for people. It's not just the coup attempt or trying to steal an election, the riots, the missing documents, flushing them down the toilet. Let's also not forget that he has this horrible racist history that is, pretty verifiable if you ask the members of his family and anyone who has worked with him.
That's right. And it traces back to his father and their tactics and even the lawsuits that have been filed successfully against Trump.